Okay. Late again, which is wonderful. I love my current work schedule. It's great. Wow, terrible. It's expected, but disappointing. Okay. But yeah, so I had another like conversation with my boss today, and that took a while because she's like, we were gonna talk about the possibility of like a new, like job for me. Um, I like that, but I can only send small dudes to do that. I wonder if I can sell enough here to like. Might might be able to do it. Wizened Hag. Oh, this one's actually really good for an antiquarian. Oh, that's right. And then Crimson Curse is kind of running a bit rampant on our roster here. Yeah, you have it. This is probably a good. Oh, is the Wizened Hag the last boss? Can't remember. Um, Bosses in the. Well, I think it's a canon too, right? Yeah, there's the canon as well. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm like fucking poor. What am I doing? Alright, we're in the weld.
I'd collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house.
Hopefully this goes okay. I doubt it will. I have a bad feeling about this.
There is method in the wild corruption here. It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
Boss is this way. I can tell you. I can guarantee it's that way. Oh. After playing Black Reliquary for like a whole weekend and like losing access to like the fast like speed of the game is rough. This is probably fine. That's fine. That's not too bad.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. A devastating blow.
Alright, got a nice stun there.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Just things in their protection makes it pretty rough.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Could be worse. Okay, I had a feeling it was one of these two.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Oh, wonderful.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden. A momentary abatement.
Oh, that's pretty helpful, actually. That way I can ensure he dies, and then heal up everyone once more. Yeah, and then just die on his
The
turn.
weapon that cuts on its own. The light, the
Alright, let's see if we can
price
kill
of
the hag.
twisted and maniacal, a slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
She's really weak to bleed. Might have to transform into the beast here. That was not good.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Oh boy.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. A decisive pummeling. Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh, come the fuck on, man. What a terrible miss.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire. Leave her corpse to rot, consumed by the spores she spawned. Gathered close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companionship.
This might be enough just to get in and out. It's not great.
Cast out from the civilized world, these men may yet be of use to us.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, we have the gold. Guess I could take another antiquarian. Which one's more built? This one? Be a little more serious here. Do I have a flagellant that I can take? Yeah, you. And then this is a short cove mission.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Oh, very short. Oh. That's a bit of a problem.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Unnerved, unbalanced. Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. A dizzying blow to body and brain. Sedated. Eradicated. This expedition at least promises success. In Radiance, may we find victory. Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Helpful.
Now it must be carried home.
I don't know if I ever finished my thought, but like, yeah, I had a conversation at work today, because,
Such a
we had talked about, you know, maybe,
life and limb.
promoting someone to be a supervisor or whatever, because our job is like desperately like lacking that role. And I would be like in line for that position, or that type of position, since I've been in the company 8 years or whatever. among other things. There's more to it than just I've been with the company forever kind of a thing. But that does help, you know. Does help that I've been with the company for a long time. And it's slowly like turned into like, yeah, we should seriously have this conversation about, you know, having a supervisor. We haven't had one since, jeez, ages ago. Pre-COVID, I think we used to have a bunch. There's like one at every, you know, line or whatever. We had 3 managers and 3 supervisors, and then they stopped doing it. Oh, that's not good. I don't know why they stopped, but they stopped. And it was a bad idea to stop. You know? You really would rather have that, in my opinion at least. Because when, like, my bosses complain about one specifically about always being like too busy, right? It's like, well, you had a supervisor, you wouldn't have to worry about being too busy because you would have someone that would specialize in coming in and taking care of, you know, problems. Wow, that was fucking atrocious. And so it's like you wouldn't have to worry about like being overstressed or overworked because you would have someone that could come in and just do the job, right? That was the general idea, at least. That's not what ended up happening, but that was the general idea. But yeah, so I go in, you know, we have this conversation yesterday about, oh, that would be really helpful for, you know, us as a managerial staff. And it's like, well, no shit, right? Her dodging twice is abysmal. That's just so bad. Are they getting a terrible low roll? Not good. Fucking... I don't care about that. Okay, that was helpful.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That's pretty helpful. This thing cannot hit an attack to save his life.
A time to perform beyond one's limits. A powerful blow. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Am I full up on that stack? I am. That is a curio. I don't know what that does. Neat. Brackish Tide Pool. Oh, I just dumped that. Lamau. Eerie Coral. Oh, neat.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Fuck off, game.
We require only the strength to follow it. A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. Diminished.
Oh, massive crit. Feel a nice cheap heal in. Let him bleed out. Did I not have, Can just dump this and then get out of here. Sounds like a plan to me.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back for a time. The degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear, when compared to the condition of surrounding acres.
Okay. Do you have time for one more mission? Uh... Do I have a sun ring? No? have 19 vials of the blood. We're going to the cove again. This is a medium. Hopefully this works out pretty well.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out. Another mariner, another misfortune.
Oh, I didn't buff you up at all. Wow, you're kind of a tragedy. That's okay.
Masterfully executed.
Oh, I didn't grab any bandages. That sucks. I wanted to hit the guy in the back. Fuck off.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
That's fine. A little less fine.
Fluid vision. The end approaches.
Wow, that's about as bad as it gets. I didn't realize it knocked you back.
The light. The promise of safety.
Just gonna heal up. It'll bleed out now.
The flesh.
Nice.
Be wary. Triumphant tide precipitates a dizzying fall.
Alright, this will probably be the last mission I do today. Just because I have to do some cleaning that I've like continued to put off because of course.
Watch your step.
The chest we use a shovel on. Oh, there's... I don't like that. I have another thing I have to, like, knock down or whatever.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Nice.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Oh, nice. Alright, get out of here, loser.
As victories mount, so
What is
too
this?
will resistance.
I don't care about that. That's terrible. But yeah, like, needless to say, it was like one of those meetings. I keep getting distracted. It was one of those meetings where they're like, I got like a fake promotion. A couple months back, because my job changed my hours to work like a very early shift. I was supposed to work like 4 to noon. That didn't actually happen. That's what I was supposed to work. What did happen was, they changed everyone's schedule and kind of took away that 4 a.m. shift. But because it was so unpopular of a move, as you'd expect, by the way, they changed how people's, they decided to like give you a fake promotion and like bake that pay increase, like, because you get more money if you work the 4 a.m. shift because it's a bad shift or whatever, so they pay you extra for it, which is the gimmick of working the shift, right? You work the shift because you get paid extra to do so. Ow. And so that's like, fine and dandy or whatever.
Wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Oh wow,
Victory,
what a crit.
perhaps the turning point.
It doesn't really matter. They both die now.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Sedated.
But yeah, so like we just got a raise, or not just a raise, but like a promotion, not but like, a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. It's like 2-3 months ago at this point. And basically what this does is it's good that I got a raise, right? Because now I have
The way is lit.
more
The
money.
path is clear.
But because it was a meaningless promotion,
To follow it.
it puts me in a bind because apparently my company has a policy that you're going to be promoted like once every, once a year or whatever, once every 12 months. So you have to be in your current position for 12 months before you can get promoted.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
So we're having this conversation about promotions, and like, promoting me into the supervisor role. And the problem with that is they couldn't even promote me into it for like a year. Well, 9 months. And I'm like, okay, well, that's annoying, but I appreciate, like, my boss, like, or well, it wasn't my boss, but it was the person that brought it up yesterday. Person that's kind of my boss. Confusing workplace dynamic, I know. 14, 16. That's fine. That's fine.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, he's got this bleed for so long that, like, all we have to do is just stall out this turn.
A predator
Alright, got him.
is often blind to its own peril.
That was pretty helpful.
This expedition at least promises success.
But yeah, so it was like certainly one of those work days or one of those work situations where it's like, we really like you for this position, but because, X happened, we now have to, like, prepare with Y,
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And so I was like, okay, I'll like write a note of this, and I'll come back and revisit this conversation, in a few months. Probably like 6 months. Because it'll probably take a few months to like have the conversation about the job opening up and making it available, and then like actually hiring and application process and blah blah blah. So the important part is it's like a job I'm already doing to some extent. Stuff I'm already doing, I'm already working on. Nobody knows my department better than me. And a lot of that's because, like, I do it. I get that my direct boss is busy, and, things get in the way with how our work is kind of, like, set up and how it operates, our business operates or whatever. And so, like, I get that. He's gonna bleed out. Oh, what a nice crit. Alright, I'm just gonna shift back.
Destroyed.
Ow. That's gonna bleed. Oh, I resisted that? Crazy. Oh, fuck off. They got that heal in at the last second. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Shifted back in my favor.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Oh, I forgot he's still guarding him. That was a mistake on my end. And there's the bleed. He's out. He's no longer being guarded. Okay, just pick him off from behind here. Should have probably set up my vapors again. Nice. So yeah, I was like late getting home and getting off work like because of that. You know, it's like, let's have this conversation while you're here so that we can, you know, make you know, proper plans and preparations for this if we want to have this discussion and be serious about this. And I think that's the, you know, the important part about what I appreciate the most about it is like in the past when you've been like, hey, let's have this honest conversation. You know, sometimes management would kind of just laugh it off and be like, nah. And you're like, what do you mean, nah? You know, like, we should probably have this conversation at some point. And that's not what happened, right? Like, they're like, okay, like, we can have this conversation, like, you know, honest, grown adults here. Because, like, the truth of the matter is they do really, like, need something. The way it's set up now is that, like, so my side of the workplace is called, like, production. We, like, process mail, and we do basically everything, you know, the actual touching and physical handling of, like, the mail, you know. Not to say what's in it, of course. But, like,
Mind that such missives are the exception and not the rule.
so, like, we handle, like, all the mail directly, like, physically in our hands. So what often ends up happening is that, like, oh my god, we're like fucking destroying these guys. Is that there are two managers over the production side. One, you know, handles where I'm at, which is like, you know, upstairs, the mail table, you know, mail coming in, the scanning, the prepping, you know, the actual important, like, heavy work, and then the other boss covers, like, the sorting and all that. Making sure that making sure that, like, mail gets properly sorted and, like, put in the right places and prepped properly and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So the problem is because they both have to, like, you know, be present, when one has the day off, the other, like, can't have it off, and there's, like, no, like, emergency backup on the off chance something goes wrong. So, like, if they both get sick, there is no, like, so-and-so toughs it out for the day. They're just fucked. And it's like, that sounds like a terrible way to, like, you know, run things. So, like, it's nice to have a boss, or one of my two bosses, you know, have actual conversations like a human being. Instead of having, you know, toddler level conversations. I do think, like, I know I've complained on this channel before about my job. I complain about my job because I like my job, you know? It's gotten better over the years. I know when I started it wasn't particularly great. But I've really, like, grown into the job over the years. And from, like, a work perspective, it's fine, right? I know what I'm doing. I'm valued at work. They treat me like I'm valued for the most part. you know. I do get my dues, if you know what I mean.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Probably just drop this and then do this. And this is 500 gold. Don't really need it. And so, like, yeah, they do, like, treat me like I'm, you know, valuable and needed, and, you know, for the most part, that is there. It's not like they waste my talents or whatever. As I was kind of getting at, too, like, the promotion itself, the fake promotion, like, was, like, helpful. It gave me a pretty big raise at the end of the day, so it's not like I'm stranded until, like, you know, the 6 months are over and it's time to talk about this actual, like, a real promotion and not like a fake one, you know. Oh, I thought that was a good thing.
Wherefore, heroism.
Okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Wonderful. 2 obstacles.
A decisive pummeling.
Aw. I think living on 1 HP is really annoying. Damn it.
A death by inches. Soothed. Sedated. Decimated.
Yeah, as I was saying, like, as a whole, my job has gotten, you know, much better
Trifling victory, but a
over the
victory
months.
nonetheless.
Like, a lot of problems I had a month ago have kind of been settled and solved. There's still, like, one major problem that, like, my boss just, I don't know if she doesn't know how to solve it, which is probably what it is. Doesn't know how to, like, solve the problem, so it's just put it off, you know? Which is annoying, but is what it is at the end of the day.
A confluence of skill and purpose.
So we have that going, you know. And then, like it's just, I don't know. It's another reason to have like an actual supervisor in that supervisor role, because like a really big problem that we have is because we just have the one manager that like directly covers, you know, like 8 group of people or 8 people or whatever, 9 people. I actually don't even think you need 2 supervisors. You can have 1 supervisor and put it over like the 2 departments, because it's like 15 people total. Oh my god. Wow. No, I need to stall this out now. Wasn't expecting that to crit me. It's a nice little roll reversal. Spend the turn healing and preparing. Oh, decisive finish. Oh, fuck off, game.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Picking up the blood would be really helpful. Bringing some of that back to town. Alright, last fight in here. Oh, another fucking crate like this after I've done all my stuff. And so, like, yeah, the idea is you'd have like the one guy over both departments who could cover for either manager if need be, so on and so forth. And I think that's like the best solution, you know. It just, the whole, like, you just got promoted, it's actually biting you in the ass right now is a little frustrating. Though, that's kind of like the story of my job the last, you know, year, really. 2 years. So, my previous, like, head, like, basically we're contracted out. So like the previous like head of the contract left the company 5 years ago. And she was great, right? She was fine. Maybe it's because I was a young, fresh-eyed employee that was learning the ropes of work. I think at that time I was like, you know, 21, I think, when I got hired. So, and I hadn't like really had a serious job before that. So, I started working this, you know, new job, and learning the ropes of professional, like, office space or whatever, right? More so than just like working retail and stuff. There are some jobs that are, you know, they claim to be professional and they're really just kind of not. No offense to those that work at Walmart, but like, it's not really helpful for you. It's really hard to jump through the ladder, you know, from Walmart into other jobs unless you know someone or have connections and blah blah blah. Most people know that. It's not like a big gotcha or anything. But Oh, that's pretty helpful.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
I want to open this chest first.
Glittering gold, trinkets and
Yeah,
baubles,
boop, boop.
paid for in blood. At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
But yeah, so like, we really had a problem when the new guy came in, because the new guy was like, I'm gonna run things and be like as moronic as humanly possible.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
And so it's really rough. He's not great to work with. He's quite the, you know, abject moron when it comes to certain things. Oh. That might not be bad. I don't transform very often, but I can't expect to transform more against bosses if I pick that up. Wrathful Hat. It's not terrible. Rat Carcass. That's also not bad. So, I mean, whoever it's equipped to just won't die from the Crimson Curse. That'll save you on some blood. Okay. Gotcha. But yeah, so we have this, like, you know, boss that, like, bit of an abject moron, right? Like, head boss. Way above, you know. He doesn't even work on our building. So we see him, geez, once in a blue moon, I think. If we're lucky. Or once in a while he'll pretend we exist.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
And so, my train of thought. Yeah, basically, when we merged, our company merged, or, well, the company we serviced merged, I'll put it that way. So we had to basically re-win the contract. And so when that happened, the, you know, director of the site wanted to keep his job. And so he basically fucked everyone over, all the employees over, by, like, limiting how many people we had, with his, you know, bullshit. And that was not great. That was really bad for us as a group. Because, you know, it set us way behind, you know? All of a sudden, we went from, being okay to not being okay in the slightest. And that was very bad for us as, like, you know, a group. Are you good? Can you come? You can come again. That's fine. Yeah, I should probably upgrade skills and stuff. Do I have... I don't have another lead. I do have another lead. I lied. And so, yeah, like, it really kind of became a problem. Um, and it's kind of just kept going down the line, over and over and over again, where it's like, new thing is happening. Previous boss's fuck up is making us worse. You know. That's really what it is. It's another instance of that. You know, him being like, oh, well, we'll just give you a fake promotion and bake it into your, bake this other thing into your pay. Well, now, a couple months later down the line, when things have, changed a little bit, situation is different. It's like, well, now we no longer, like, you can no longer, like, even talk about this promotion because, this real promotion, because you wouldn't be in position for it. You have to wait 6 months before we can hire you, or another year until we can hire you to a new position. And it's just like, wonderful. I love hearing you say that. It's just annoying. But yeah, I have some cleaning I have to do that I should probably do now. So I'm gonna end this part here. I appreciate everyone for sticking around. I'll probably have some kidding to do, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and equip some trinkets before I close this down. Boop. Boop, right? And then I think don't I have like a good shield breaker trinket? Have I done any of the shield breaker fights on stream? I know in my casual playthrough I have. I must not have. Just decided to take the Vestal with us. Those are both. Whatever. Could use that if I need to. Okay. Yeah, let's just do the recovery charm. It's pretty cheap in this game. Or in this particular version. I know the recovery charm is kind of crappy and Black Reliquary. Tyrant's Tasting Cup. Yeah. Baron's Lash. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna return to this. Might not be this week. I might play something else. The key to all that, of course, is the usual, right? When I get home, if I get home at a reasonable time, I'll play something I reasonably have time to play, and I haven't really reasonably had time to play much of anything, which is rather frustrating and annoying. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'll have more time tomorrow. As I said, I still want to replay, or I still want to get back to KOTOR. If I get off on time, I'll probably just play that tomorrow and like suck it up. I hate the world I'm on in KOTOR. I think I'm on the water world or whatever, and I fucking hate that planet. It's the worst planet in the game. Manon or whatever. If you like Manon, your like opinions are objectively bad. Manon is terrible. And then Korriban is okay, and then the end game is pretty good. So, you know, I need to go back and finish Manon. And then, of course, you know, Witcher and Cyberpunk will probably be the rest of the docket for the week, provided I can fucking mentally cobble myself up together enough to play them. But yeah, I think that's the game plan. I will hopefully be home on time tomorrow. You know, get off at 2, leave the office at 2:15. Like the last 2 days, I've left the office at like 3:30, and then today I left at 3. So like, and a lot of that was, you know, post hour conversations with management and like other people in the department. Like, how can I help make this department better, kind of a thing. It's no like secret that I, you know, carry a lot of my workplace. I just kind of have for a hot minute. People know this. It's not like a spoiler or a surprise or, you know, a knock on anyone. It's just how it is, you know? They've kind of fed through me and, like, been okay because of me for a hot minute. So, I'm hoping that things work out and they kind of take care of themselves. But anyway, I will hang out with y'all tomorrow. Thankfully, I'm looking at this roster. I have a few more characters I can do these 2 boss fights, so that should be good. And we'll take it from there. So until then, I will hang out with y'all tomorrow. Enjoy your evenings, and I will see you then.